Hey guys, it's Lisa. So we're actually down here in New York City. We're working at a summit tomorrow over at the United Nations. And today was my first day riding the metro and learning how to kind of do transportation around here. And when we were on the metro, I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends about what are some of the things we think have distracted us from making it to our goals. And it was interesting because we're having this conversation and we're sitting on the metro, and it was just such this clear analogy to me. I'm like, man, it's like if you want to get somewhere, what are the steps? What are the three things that you have to do? Well, number one, you have to know where you're going. Number two, you have to know the directions, how to get there, what stop you're getting off at. And number three, you need to get off at the correct stop and not get off at every other stop along the way. What do I mean by this? So if you have a goal, obviously the first thing you need to do is you have to have a very clear, detailed picture of where it is that you're trying to go. If you don't know where you're going, obviously you can never get there. This is common sense. Number two, you need to know the directions. And I feel like this is the area where a lot of people start getting a little bit more mushy-mashy, whatever the right word is. Even for me, I feel like we don't always know exactly how to get somewhere. But the trick is, or there's two tricks. One, you need to start reading. You need to get some mentors or find some people who have already done what you want to do so that you can create a blueprint and create a plan. And then secondly, you just need to start taking massive action, because even if it's action in the wrong direction, at least you're going to know that that path doesn't work, and hopefully it'll get you, onto the right one. Thirdly, you have to get off at the right stop. So what this means is, I feel like so many times in life, we get distracted by every pretty sight that we see, and even though we know where it is we want to go, we get off at every single distraction, everything that comes into our life that isn't actually where we want to go. A good example of this, I was training in gymnastics when I was younger, and there was this girl on our team who was phenomenal. Like literally, she could have made it to the Olympics if she really set her mind to it. But she didn't have the most amazing work ethic. And we were like just starting high school, and she was getting distracted by the party scene at that time, and just kind of wanted to lay back, hang out with friends, go to parties, and wasn't putting in the effort to the gymnastics that she really should have. And I remember her saying, she's like, I have all the time in the world to do gymnastics. And the problem by delaying that dream was that she ended up hurting her knee. It wasn't even a big injury. I think she pulled a tendon or something, but it was just enough that she was no longer able to train at her potential. That opportunity for actually becoming something great in the industry had passed her by. And she did go on to still compete, but had she trained and really put that effort into her goal when the opportunity was in front of her, she could have built that momentum, built that career, so that if there was an injury, she maybe had already started a clothing line or done something else to be able to fall back on. But because she hadn't taken the opportunity in front of her, she wasn't really able to get that opportunity back. So I think it's so important that if you know where you want to go, that you don't get distracted by a million different things along the way. At the same token, if you've already made this mistake in the past, you can't keep living in your past mistakes. You do need to move forward and say, okay, what is tomorrow's goal, and not keep beating yourself up, because that's just going to hold you back as well. So remember the 3 steps. Remember, figure out very clearly where you're going, get directions on how to get there, and don't get distracted along the way. With our metro, see, we were looking around, so it was okay for us, but a trip that should have taken us like 5 minutes ended up taking us 4 hours. And this is so true in life. Something that could have happened so quickly for you if you just put your mind to it and gone straight for the goal might take you years and years longer than it should have. So keep focused, have a wonderful week, and we are going to go check out New York.